All right, boys and girls, it's gotten back to a reasonable temperature for winter in Northwest Florida. So let's get back on the stupid truck. First, I gotta change hoodies, which really sucks because my Grindr TV hoodie is the thickest and warmest hoodie I own. It's also the nicest, so we ain't gonna mess that up. Let's put on a work hoodie, head over to the table, get some welding done. What, y'all thought I was gonna change hoodies in front of you? I ain't even gonna let you watch me put my welding helmet on. You gotta go to my OnlyFans to see that kind of stuff. All right, now if you don't know what's going on here, this is our header manifold for the driver's side of the stupid truck. We got to finish welding this coupling here, and some idiot cut the exhaust pipes off of it, so we've got to see what we can do about putting it back together. And it's been a whole year almost since I've done any welding. Don't judge me. It might help to turn the gas on. Yeah, not the most beautiful work in the world, but I bet it's good enough for the mini truck world. Now, how do I hold that in place? There we go. I made a hole over here. Now I gotta fix it. Well, it ain't pretty, but it's filled. As far as I can tell, everything seems to be welded all the way around. So, now we can move on to the tubes, whatever you call them. Yeah. This is extremely time consuming due to the fact that there's like 12,000 miles worth of weld bead that's got to be done in order to do each joint all the way around on both sides. But we got the passenger side here. We're almost done with this. Of course, now we still got to start on the rear end of the truck, but we're not going to do that until later in life. We still got to pull the header off the passenger side and weld at the bottom side of that joint as well. So Alright, so here's where we're at. We did a time lapse so I could listen to some music. Got this header put back on, as ugly as it is. We did not bother connecting that pipe to the header because that header's gonna have to come off a couple times before we get done with it. Got this header put back on, sorta. Pipe connected but not tight. But I did notice we've got a spot right here that we're gonna have to take care of. It's not touching, but it does not have enough clearance to make me comfortable once this engine starts vibrating, moving around, and torque and blah, blah, blah. So that's where we're at right now. We'll pick up on this as soon as possible. All right, so we're almost ready to put all of this back on all of that. But last time we had this bed on that frame, it didn't want to sit down well because the wheel wells were not cut out enough. And due to the fact that these wheel wells are beat up like they are, we're just going to go ahead and cut a whole bunch of it out, because when it's all said and done, it's all going away anyway. I have no idea what just happened. But after it happened, of course you saw that, we got that done too. So let's get this bed, or this bed, on that frame. Of course we gotta move a bunch of crap first. Well, I guess that's close enough for now. We'll have to manhandle the rest of it. Of course, now the only reason I left that last video clip in there is because I needed to show Joe that I really do own a broom, and I needed to show my wife that I really do suck at sweeping, no matter where I'm sweeping at. Look at all that room for activities. Alright, I had intended before the end of this video to get the steering column put back in place, but there's no point in that at the moment, and let me tell you why. I was sitting in my chair and I realized that the front end of the cab was sitting higher than the back end of the cab, which meant that the front end of the cab is sitting on top of something that it should not be sitting on. And therefore I picked the chain hoist up just enough to take the pressure off of whatever part of the engine the cab is sitting on, so that we can find out. And because of that, that's causing these two body lines to actually be sort of proper, whereas this should be 1.5 inches lower than the bed is, but I don't know. We'll take care of that in the next video. Maybe we can get that steering column back in place. And at that point, we'll be able to start working on that crap. Yeah, we'll see. Peace, love, and mini trucks.